Hey friends, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a Dorothy Gale look. Couple disclaimers before we start. My window is open because I am actively stalking the post office because I need my disinfectant wipes that my mom mailed me. Second, I do have a little bit of eyebrows on because sometimes in decent lighting you can't see them. If you don't understand that, Google Y2K eyebrows, y'all. Third, this video is definitely and 100% inspired by the wonderful, talented, beautiful Catherine Steele's videos. I'll put like somewhere where you can access her videos below and in the description box. She does wonderful makeup tutorials and stuff. This is more like a chatty, have fun with me while we talk through makeup as opposed to like a tutorial. I'm definitely not super talented or a makeup artist, but I thought this would be a fun outlet while we are all trapped right now. So starting off, I'm using this Pacifica primer. This is from their like cherry matte line, cherry line, something like that. I don't know. But it comes out kind of like a moisturizer. My hands and face are clean, by the way. So I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in a bit of a house divided when it comes to the merry old land of Oz. My parents have my parents have a 10-year age difference. So the Wizard of Oz had already been like this established, like perfect, wonderful, classic. I mean, it is now, but by the time my dad was a kid. So and I think honestly, he really loves Golden Age musicals more than I think he even realizes. So that was always his love in terms of that specific story. And then for my mom, The Wiz had come out when she was a kid, so The Wiz was like everything to her. I mean, and the Jackson 5 was like everything to her generation, so anything with any of the Jacksons were gonna be, you know. And same with Diana Ross. I don't have my foundation. Just kidding. It was in the box the whole time, but my brushes were still with my stuff from my closed show. But this is the Pacifica Alight foundation, and this is in 16 NT neutral tan. So yes, you know, my parents always had like little playful fights about which one was better. For me, it was definitely like I don't know, the story of the Wizard of Oz just did not resonate with me as a kid, like at all. I was not super into the original story, and I was not like creative, smart enough to really appreciate The Wiz. It just didn't do anything for me until the Muppets Wizard of Oz came out, and I know I'm probably gonna lose half of you watching by saying that. Oh well, at me. But I really enjoyed Muppets Wizard of Oz, and I thought it was very funny and a fun take on the tale. And that came out when I was about a teenager, and I was also super into remakes of things, so I was really into like comparing and contrasting new takes on things as opposed to source material. So after Muppets Wizard of Oz happened, I became much more into the story of all Oz things, and I still wasn't the hugest fan of the original Wizard of Oz, but I definitely became much more of a fan of The Wiz after that. And then in 2009, New York City Center did a concert production of The Wiz starring Ashanti. So Ashanti was my everything when I was in middle school. I absolutely loved her and thought she was just this perfect singer, beautiful. I was in love. And then, like I said, Muppets Wizard of Oz, Ashanti was Dorothy. So I had to go see that production. So I dragged my mom and my sister and my friend Caitlin, who wanted to see one of the cute ensemble dancers who was in So You Think You Can Dance. And I think my friend Josh just met us because I think he was going to school at Pace at that time. And I saw that production of The Wiz. First of all, concert version, fully staged, full costumes, full makeup, wigs, all that good stuff, and there was a set. Absolutely insane. So first of all, I was like, oh, concert version doesn't necessarily mean the same thing on Broadway as it does like in college or in high school. Good to know. So that was an experience in itself, but also a glorious production. Oh my gosh, LaShawne's was in it. That's when I realized that when I'm older, Glinda is most definitely a dream role for me because, oh my god, I loved seeing her in that role, and it was just this it was a very life-changing theater experience for me, and that's when I realized that I actually very much prefer the show format to the film. The film's great. I love the film now, but if I had seen the live stage production as a kid, forget about it. I would have been an Oz fan from the beginning. So we're gonna do kind of a natural eyeshadow look. The thing about Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz is, so for the Wiz, it's a little bit different. This is like a choose your own adventure, which one you want to do, as far as like whether you want her to be more Wizard of Oz inspired or the Wiz inspired. I mean, mine's probably gonna look more the Wiz inspired because, but for Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, usually the costuming is a little bit less over the top fantastical in my personal experience and opinion. And so when I played the role like 3 or 4 years ago, I kept my makeup fairly natural with like a hint of glitz and glam. But I think for the Wiz, because everything is a lot more artsy fartsy looking, I think you can really play up a little bit more looking less natural. Because the thing is, Dorothy is the straight man of the show in that she's just this normal bumpkin Kansas girl, as opposed to like talking scarecrow, talking tin man, talking lion, evil witch type of thing. So she still needs to be grounded in reality, but you also don't want to lose her in all of the fantastical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fairly natural look. I'm going to put this darker brown color on the outer corners and like, you know, that thing, and then put this all over the lid, and then I'll probably do some sparkliness inside the inner corners, but I don't think I'm going to get to that just yet. I'm going to put eyeliner on first, I think. No, maybe I'll do that first. We'll find out. Oh, first we're going to prime my eyelids because your girl's got oily skin. So when I finally appreciated The Wizard of Oz for what it was when I was offered the role of Dorothy Gale. The awesome thing about the production that we did, I'll put what it is in the description, but it was like a London production, and it's the production that has the script that is the most faithful to the film. So I went and rewatched the film with my mother, and we had a, you know, merry old time. How many merry old Land of Oz jokes can I crack in one video? We had a great time watching it and really just like appreciating the history of the production, how beautiful it is, and what I really love about Wizard of Oz over The Wiz, and more like watching it than doing it, is that the black and white into the Technicolor, oh my god, so fun. And recreating that on stage, what a pain in the butt, but how worth it. It is so amazing to just show that comparison of the drab life that Dorothy has in Kansas, and it really emphasizes her melancholy that she's in the beginning. So the thing that The Wiz Live does, if you haven't seen anything that's Wizard of Oz, this should probably have contained a spoiler warning, but it is what it is. So the thing about The Wiz Live that I really liked, even though I didn't necessarily love the way that Dorothy treated Annie M completely in the beginning, but what I really liked was that The Wiz Live kind of gave you a little backstory as to why Dorothy is so stinking upset in the beginning, because I think that a lot of the time it's kind of on the Dorothy to decide, which is fine, but can be a little difficult. But I liked the fact that The Wiz Live was like, oh, her parents just passed, and that's why she's living with Aunt Em, although they nixed Uncle Henry. Like, give that ensemble boy one more thing to do, man. But yeah, and that's why she's so despondent in the beginning, because sometimes it's like, why is Dorothy so, and she mentions she has no friends and she doesn't like the school and blah blah blah. And I think the fact that Dorothy has no friends is always kind of implied, because you're like, wow, do you really just need to be sitting here bugging the farmhands to play with you and your dog the whole time? But I think it's always been implied, but it was nice to get, you know, confirmation. Good job, Harvey Fierstein. But I think the black and white into Technicolor really emphasizes that she feels dull and drab and stuck and unhappy in the world she's living in right now. And so then Somewhere Over the Rainbow, also like rainbows are bright colors and wonderful, and just the everyone else has watched The Wizard of Oz their whole lives, like a whole bunch, so none of this was as striking and beautiful and poignant to them. But, you know, for me, it really, I mean, it really meant something, and I loved that we stuck with that with the stage show, which I think most people for the stage show do stick with that. But when I did the production, it was in a tiny black box theater, so we had a lot of limitations. So I'm very glad that we were able to stick to that, even if it's always, oh my gosh, it's really, honestly, the change back. So the way that the script is formatted, the boys get at least a lot of time to change in the first time that they have to do that. So it's fine because they have the entire tornado sequence, they have, and a little bit before, to be able to get all of their stuff done, as well as, like, it's really, Scarecrow is the one who has the least amount of time, but even then he also has the Munchkin Land song. Like, they go back and they do their changes and they just chill and go put on their makeup and stuff. I only had the tornado sequence because, of course, I'm like fighting to get out of the tornado, and then I'm in the house, and then I guess some productions probably do Dorothy yelling those lines off stage, but I kept peeking my head through the house while changing. So fun, so cute. Good job, Maddie. Our staging was great. But so that part is most definitely difficult, but so worth it. But then it's at the end where you're like, is this worth it? Because Dorothy says bye to everybody, she clicks her heels, and we have such a limited amount of time to have to come back to reality for those 5 lines. It's just, it feels so terrible. So as far as being in it, I feel like in The Wiz it's a little better because Dorothy's in the same clothes the whole time, and the boys don't have to change back into, what are their names even? Alright, so I'm going to put on some eyeliner, which I think is in my purse, which is down on this floor. So unprepared. Oh my god, eyeshadow all over my bed. Okay, so we have the trusty Mineral Fusion liquid eyeliner in Ebony, my favorite, just we stan. So the thing about Dorothy that I think I was drawn to doing this makeup look, first of all, because I have access to things in my closet that could complete this makeup look, but I think the thing that really appeals to me about Dorothy right now is that, ooh, talking and putting eyeliner on at the same time, is that whole, like, ingenue longing to be somewhere else, for a life greater than she's living right now, for her fight against the monotony and the need to just go somewhere that she isn't presently is just super relevant to right now. I know that we're all, unless, you know, we're essential, of course. That sounds so bad. Unless we are essential personnel, which thank you to all of you. We're all feeling definitely that longing that Dorothy and characters of the like are feeling right now. And so I wanted to do this look because shout out to Dorothy for so beautifully representing all of us currently. So what I'm doing right now is I am putting my eyeliner on just in a line, and then I showed you guys before how I just sort of stamp on the wing, but you guys might not be able to see it because I'm gonna have to put it so close to my eyes, because for Dorothy I liked to put, this isn't exactly how I did Dorothy like years ago, but similar enough. But I like to do a very tiny wing because she is young. She's one of those characters who, unless you're Stephanie Mills, who was just dumb talented, is probably being played by an adult trying to play a child. So some of the makeup look is going to be like not full over the top glam beat, because I do want to keep her youthfulness and her innocence, because she's definitely in school age, like that's not to be disputed unless you're Diana Ross. But even Judy Garland was 18. Ooh, that wing was bigger than I wanted it to be, but it's here now. I like a little bit of wing because I think it makes fake eyelashes look a little more natural. But yeah, I used to just, you know, Dorothy just like was not it for me. I think part of it also is because Wicked had come out and they painted Dorothy as like such an idiot, and like no one wants to be the idiot. I think we're gonna use Firelit right here in this palette because it's a little bit lighter than Cherry Spirits. Cherry Spirits is what I love, but I mean the colors are quite similar, and again, we're trying to look young, so we're gonna go for the younger pink. So what I do is I smile, and I know a lot of people just do the like at the cheekbone line and just leave it at that, but I actually like to get the apples of my cheeks too. I think it makes me look younger, and I just think it's cute. But yeah, Wicked definitely painted my poor girl as a whole idiot, and like she's a kid. Wicked's mean, like but so no one wants to be the dumb one, like, but she's a child, man. She's got a lot of childhood innocence. She's clearly in a place where she's not originally from, unless, you know, I guess you go with the story of her parents had died. Or sometimes I like to think that they like left her and they were like working on the road in like a stage or whatever in a buggy, but that's just because I just think death is sad. But she's living with Auntie Em and Uncle Henry, and she doesn't do any of the farm work that the rest of them do, so there's got to be some kind of reason for that. I like to think that also it's because they want her to go out and do bigger, better things, even though like farming is perfectly respectable, but I don't think they're making money off that farm. I think they're just homesteaders. But I think of it as like kind of like an Anne of Green Gables thing where Marilla and Matthew were like, we want you to go on and be a teacher because you're smart. Like that's what I like to think that why she doesn't do any of the farm chores, unlike everybody else on that farm. That also gives Dorothy a little more intelligence than I think the script likes to give her. It's not on purpose, like not making her smart. That's just, there are a lot of holes that you have to fill, and I think it's your responsibility as Dorothy, maybe in conjunction with the director if you need some help, to fill in those holes to make her more of a whole person as opposed to just ingenue type longing and then stuck in a different land. And in some ways that's kind of fun because you get to decide and guide and create that story. That's why I keep referencing how I liked to think of everything. So let's see, we're gonna use Queen of Noise, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put this on my cheekbones. I'm not gonna do eyebrows, I'm not going to do the nose. I might do the nose, but I'm not going to do under the eyebrows and whatnot because, again, I want to keep her young and fresh looking, and I want the cheeks to pop for sure. But I just feel like it starts to look really going to the club when you start to do like intense contour, which I don't believe in contour anyway, and intense highlight everywhere. So we're just going to keep it where it stays fresh and youthful. I keep losing track of what I'm talking about, and I feel like I need a notebook, but this is just casual conversation. Drop comments of anything below. Keep me entertained. I'm an extrovert, help. So that was probably too much, but here we are. Do I want to do the nose? There, we did a tiny bit of nose. That's it. We're not doing under the eyebrows or anything. But we are going to darken the eyebrows, so... Oh, all my brushes are Eco Tools. I just assume you guys all know because all 5 of you who comment on my things are the same strong, solid 5 of you. Love y'all. This is an e.l.f. eyeliner pot. And everything is off, like the tag, like there's just no way of reading this. I've had this for probably too long, but it just goes on my eyebrows, so I'm not that concerned. Yeah, it's a liquid eyeliner, but I don't think it works very well as that. And then I'm gonna follow the lines of my eyebrows, but we're just gonna create a good sharp line at the end. Oh no! I think that's even. Sisters, not twins, am I right? Now we're gonna put this Rainbow Crystals Mineral Strobe. It's supposed to be a highlight. If I were doing this, like, you know, maybe we will. I was gonna say if I was doing this more the whiz, but you know what? I'm gonna do a couple very light dabs because you gotta work fast with this stuff. And do just like a tiny little glitter line because why not? Ooh. This is reaching the end, also getting old. Also, I think that it's discontinuing, so I'm so sad. Just as like a tiny little sparkle, just something to catch the light of the stage that I'm not going on. And then now we're going to, if I can get more out of this bottle, put it on my inner corners. I'm gonna use a little brush. Alright, there we go. And then I'm going to put on lashes, which like kind of makes me want to cry a little bit because I mean, lashes are fun for stage, but I'm not going on stage, so I don't really want to do it, but here we are, and I'm doing it. Ugh, I hate that these are really the only lashes that I have, because I try to do all cruelty-free, if you haven't noticed, and Wet n Wild is not necessarily not cruelty-free, but they're a little shady right now, but these are older lashes that I clean, so I've had them for a little bit, so I'm also supporting not being wasteful. So here we go. We've got this Kiss adhesive that's latex free, which means my eyes are much happier, and I need to buy a new bottle because I didn't buy this bottle before because I stole this from my friend Tiga on accident after telling her I won't steal it because I hate when people steal my makeup stuff. I'm the worst. This is actually going to take forever, so I'm going to stop this and come back to you guys when my lashes are on. So certainly, last but not least as far as makeup goes, we've got this, oh, not that one. This is the most unprepared makeup tutorial. All right, we've got my youthful red, is what we're gonna call it, and I'll probably put all of the makeup because I'm really not focusing on talking about the makeup itself on the screen somewhere. But yeah, we've got this color, whatever the screen says, in Burt's Bees. I use it for every time I need a natural pink, because again, Dorothy's little baby. Here we are. This is my face look. Let me get, I guess, a little closer so that you can see the face. And then for funsies, I mean, if we're going for like the Wiz Diana Ross look, like I'm actually golden right now as far as hair and stuff goes, but let's play around with some wigs, shall we? So we got my wig bag. Hawaiian Hello Kitty. I got her because I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty and she's brown like me. This bag stays in my car, so all of these wigs are probably full, oh god, probably nightmares right now. So if you are a big wig aficionado, you should probably stop the video now, honestly. Here's my tan wig cap provided. I don't remember which show provided me a tan wig cap, but there it is. And so I kind of wanted to see if my Little Shop wig was long enough to be able to put some twists or something in there. Curly haired people, close your eyes. Everyone else might want to close their eyes too. We're gonna even see if these wigs can even fit with my hair in a very fresh wash and go. Congratulations for watching my first video where my hair is not like a 2-week-old twist out. Alright, so it did compress, and let's see. I haven't worn this since Little Shop in Ohio. Oh god. Did it compress enough though? Oh! This is why you twist your hair down before you do these things. Did I do that? No. Alright, so I actually might not be able to use this wig. Oh, this wig's so cute. Unfortunately, I think it makes me look a little older though. But man, it is a look. Mine is a look, y'all. No, but I mean, I could cover that if I want to. Here, I'm gonna, just for fun, I'm gonna put right here what this was supposed to look like versus what it does look like. Oh, there's a wig pin in here. Oh, that's a good one too. That's not happening. But I do love this look. Alright, so next we'll try, I think that's Heather Chandler. Oh no, is my Teen Moon wig at my parents' house? I think this is just a ponytail. Hey, nabbit. Tamara, do you have my Teen Moon wig? Comment down below just so that I know where it is. Where's Teen Moon in here? Guys, this is gonna be a nightmare to edit. I just wrecked my whole bedroom. But she's in here. I just wanted her to have like some sort of natural texture. Oh, wait, why does she have a flower? Oh, because she hasn't been taken apart since Disenchanted. Oh my god. I don't remember what it's called when she's a partial. That's what she is. So my hairline's gonna look a little funky. It's fine. No one can tell from stage. But yeah, I just wanted to have like a more natural textured Dorothy to show you can Wizard of Oz or the Wiz with a black Dorothy. Again, choose your own adventure. Alright. Here's the full head of hair, and we're gonna try to part it. What I need to do during the Rona is wash all of these wigs because they're out here struggling. They stay in my car because typically if I'm doing like a non-ec gig, it's in the middle of nowhere, so I drive to those gigs as opposed to taking the train. And sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, we don't know what to do with your hair. So then I can just go in my car on break, show them what I have, and they're like, oh, that one, which I know a lot of people are probably like, no, that's not your responsibility. But look, I'm trying to get these production photos back and not look busted. Like, all right, here we go. So, whew, we've got this. Do we have another hair tie? I like don't have hair ties anymore because they don't fit my head. We're gonna do, I'm so beautiful. We're gonna do loose little piggies like this. Obviously I'm older teen Dorothy, but it is what it is. All right, and then we're gonna do, I might do it lower. Do I wanna do it lower? No, I kinda like that. We'll see when we get a second one. I'll be back. Wow, guys, I legitimately own one hair tie. I went natural and I guess was like, here, person who said, does anybody have a hair tie? Take it, I'll never need it again. Here we go. All right, so here's that, and that's okay because we're doing, oh God, I'm breaking things. Because we're doing some ribbons. So I took these off of an old Christmas bag that's sitting in my closet because I'm that person that reuses bags. So here we go. Because I think the whole ribbon thing is cute. Or what's also cute and what I did when I played the role was it was like a partial up, which I think probably makes me look younger than these ponies, but I really like ponytails, and I can't get my hair in a ponytail, so we're gonna get the hair that I paid for in a ponytail. Sufficient. All right, and now let's get dressed. All right, guys, here's my final look. So if I wanted it to be like super duper Dorothy, I could put a white shirt underneath that has some sleeves. I don't have one that would fit under this, so didn't do that. And then I could put like a white top on top, whatever. Choose, like I said, choose your own adventure. I'm gonna go take some pictures of this outside and get some fresh air on this balcony and fight some stray cats. Luckily I have Toto with me. But if you enjoyed this type of video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I think it's an important time to stay creative and keep making content and do things that make us happy and remind us of what we love about life. So yeah, if you like this video, again, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day.